My therapist is an alien. I started seeing a therapist in 2015 to work through some feelings I was having, and everything was great and grand. My therapist was awesome. I saw her every day for years, and she helped me so much. We had a great relationship. I trusted her. We just clicked, and honestly, we had a lot in common. At one point, we had gotten to a point in therapy where I was doing well, and we didn't have a lot to talk about therapy-wise anymore, and we just kind of visited, and she helped me work through little problems and gave me a lot of encouragement. One day, I went in and told her about an alien documentary that I had watched that had really given me the creeps, like sleeping with everything on lockdown, ultra paranoid for a week or so. I recommended that she watch it because she said she was really fascinated by aliens as well. The following week, she thanked me for recommending it to her because it helped her, quote, put some pieces together about herself. And I was so confused. The documentary was about a guy recalling his abductions and showing his video evidence of aliens visiting him. So I inquired about how. Here is where things get blurry to me because I started going into fight or flight. What I remember is that when she started talking about her childhood, how she was born in Vale, there was some mystery about it. She questioned her mother and got weird answers back. I was half following, but remember my heart just racing like I knew she was going to say something scary before she even said it. I interrupted her at one point and said, half laughing, half scared, this is going to sound crazy, but I need you to tell me that your parents are human. She just smiled and continued talking. I remember virtually nothing of what she was saying now because my heart was racing so hard. She ended her sentence with, you want me to tell you my parents are human, and I can't. It was like my stomach fell out of my body, and I'm sure I was visibly freaked out at this point. I'm in full-blown panic, and she says, oh no, you're retreating. I got clarification on what she meant by me retreating was that she said my energy literally shriveled up and turned black and hid from her, where it had previously been very curious and open. This is so interesting. My session ended shortly after this. She told me as she was walking me out of the office that I was not to tell anyone yet. Looking back, this is a super fucked up thing for a therapist to do, but I was young and now I was scared as hell, and she was probably freaked out because she didn't have enough time to explain. The next session I went to see her, I had spent an entire week being terrified, staying in bed, being so paranoid someone or something was watching me, watching my kids. I needed answers though, and I had a long trusted relationship with her and had no reason to believe that she was lying. I did ask her to prove herself, and she did what I can only compare to being mildly electrocuted without touching me or touching anything that was touching me. It was insane, and I will never forget the feeling. For probably an hour afterwards, I felt high and goofy and smiley. It was so weird. She also accurately told me things I was thinking about that were very obscure in my attempt to trick her. So we read this in live, and we asked about this energy thing, and the person said that it was like, she called it an energy transfer. So I guess this alien transferred some of her energy to this person. That sounds literally so cool. And the alien was clearly telepathic, which, I mean, we feel like is a normal thing for aliens. I feel like that's just like a general thing that all aliens are able to do. I continued to see her for 2 more years. I spiraled into a full-blown panic disorder that I still struggle with today. Oh my God. In part because I straight up couldn't handle all the things she was telling me, and because I was so paranoid that aliens were after me. But I just spent all of that time asking her questions and asking her to clarify for me what the hell she was and how. I found out that she was like 70 years old, but she looked 40. She talked about past lives and her childhood and how she had crazy experiences with aliens. She talked about being studied by Stanford University as a child, and that there are tons of hybrids like her. Not all good, not all bad. I also should mention that this woman had multiple doctorate degrees, highly intelligent. She said she studied her own DNA to discover why she had these abilities and saw non-human DNA. That language is far beyond me, so I won't even try to repeat what she said. One of the things that scared me the most that still rattles around in my brain was that her telling me she was a human hybrid was going to help me someday, but she wouldn't clarify because she is not my psychic. She wouldn't clarify because she wasn't psychic, or she wasn't your psychic. Like, does she know, but she feels like it's not her place to tell you? Or maybe telling you changes the future that needs to happen. Guys, I have so much I could say, but in a nutshell, this is it. Let me know if you want more. Maybe we could do an interview where I'm disguised or something because I'm still rather paranoid. Oh my God, yes. As we said on live, we want more and we would love to do some sort of interview somehow. That would be so cool. I will say that I stopped seeing her out of weird circumstances and I began seeing another therapist to talk about my alien therapist. I'm doing much better now, but it was a turning point in my life for sure. My current therapist encouraged me to reach out to my old therapist, for closure. I ended up talking to her on the phone for an hour and got zero closure, and I have more questions that someday I hope to get answered now that I'm not scared anymore. But seriously, what the fuck is my life? We also asked if the new therapist believed her about the alien therapist, and she said yes. I also want to know, why are you not scared anymore? I literally have so many questions, and on live we had so many questions. I have so many more questions, and I really want to get more information. Like, we want to know so much more. So I mean, I hope we can figure something out to maybe like get more information from this person, because how cool